Biden is fighting for the OGs, for caregiving. And this meant a lot to me when I saw this. Families are now spending 26% of their income on caregiving costs. 26%. So let's just put this in perspective. Let's put this in perspective right here. So the average house is now, rent is now $2,000 on average. Now the average home is $3,000, right? So now the average household is now families that got care. You spending 26% of your income on caregiving needs. It's costing about $108,000 for nursing homes, about $61,000 to keep them in the crib. Let's go a little further. So Joe Biden got this bill, and these are the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9, 10 companies that he are attacking right now to seek lower medication. It's called price negotiation. Novartis, and a lot of these are weight loss companies, but he's attacking blood thinners, diabetes, and other Medicaid and Medicare. This is the first time ever. So Joe Biden is attacking the pharmaceutical company. Now, I will say this. Joe on a rampage with that one. I'm not saying it's bad. It's a good thing. Because nobody ever attacks the medical companies, dog, the pharmaceutical companies, dog. And I'm not going to lie, bro. Like, that costs a lot. Them medical things, that be costing them people a lot. And here's the crazy part, bro. Like, as you get older, like, it's expensive. So now you on a fixed income, and your fixed income now has to go to medication. Bro, that ain't it. This is why we see the older people working at Home Depot. This is why, cause they like, bro, I gotta get this job just to pay for the medication. So I'm gonna be real. I don't be agreeing with Joe enough. I don't be rocking with him at all, but this is a fight I won't see him fight. And as far as the next $1 trillion company, I think the next $1 trillion company gonna be Facebook. I think our next $1 trillion company gonna be Facebook. But but he's fighting two fights. And I don't know if it's just, so you gotta read between the smoke screens sometimes too. He fighting two fights, and I ask myself this, is he fighting this just to get reelected to show the people he fighting, or is he fighting just trying to win? Because you fighting the two things that everybody won't be against. You fighting student loan and the pharmaceutical company. Bro, what are you doing? So my thing is, are you fighting this fight for the people, or are you fighting the fight for election? Because that's the two biggest fights. Student loans and farmers, that's the two biggest fights you can ever fight in America.
What's good, trappers, man? It's your boy, the Wall Street Trapper. Right now, I want to invite you to an amazing experience full of value. That is my community, Trappers Anonymous. It's 100% the greatest fundamental investing community on the market. Listen, your portfolio should be a masterpiece. And the only way we get you there is if we help you to learn how to invest with confidence. Now listen, I get it. Like, you don't know a lot about stocks, or maybe you've heard people say how much money they lost in stocks, but I can guarantee you, one, because they weren't in the community, and two, they lack the information. Our goal in Trappers Anonymous is to help you, really to hold your hand on the journey to becoming a confident investor, learning how to navigate through the different events that the stock market goes through, to take you from panic to encouragement. There's no better time than now. This is an opportunity only for those who are willing to be on the journey. So listen, man, click the link below. Come join me in Trappers Anonymous, man. I will see you in one of our many classes, whether it's Moat Monday, whether it's the 2-hour class we do on Sunday, or whether it's just a book club. Everything is geared toward making you a better investor so you can triple your net worth and turn your last name to an asset. It's your boy, Wall Street Trapper. See you in the trap.
The next biggest fight will be why you locking people up so much, mass incarceration. We know he ain't gonna fight that fight. If I give you the student loan money, you still gotta pay me for the medical. I ain't giving you both of them. So somebody saying he lost the student loan fight, he didn't really lose it. What happened was they shut him down and he backdoored and came at him again. So that's my thing. Are you doing this because this president, you know this, like, you're gonna drag this out for a year. He can drag this fight for a year. He can drag this fight to 2024, and I'm gonna be real with you. Now this goes into the campaign. You know why? America is getting older. So now you got a bunch of, the baby boomers like, nah, yo, shit, I need my Medicaid. Vote him in again. Because here's the thing. You start a fight like this. Now you saying, yo, this your call to action right here. The Republicans ain't gonna fight for this. This your call to action. Your call to action gonna be the Republicans not gonna fight for this. I'm trying to make sure as you retire, as you do this, don't kick me out of office in the middle of this fight. That could get him 4 more years. Not only am I trying to fight for your student loans, but I'm also trying to fight for your medical. Don't put me out in the middle of this fight because nobody else, and here's the thing, nobody else ain't never done it. That's a hell of a strategy, boy. Let's go a little further. All right, and here's a list. I don't know if y'all can see this, but here's a list. I want to see if Dave put it on the screen big. Here's the list. So prevention and treatment of blood clots, it's a $16 billion industry in 1 year. From June last year to May this year, it produced $16.482 billion. Watch this. The number of medical enrollees who used the drug was 3 million. Diabetes and heart failure brought in $7 billion. Prevention of blood treatment and blood clots brought in $6 billion. Diabetes brought in $4 billion. Diabetes, heart failure, chronic kidney disease, $3.2 billion. Rheumatoid arthritis brought in $2.7 billion. Blood cancer, $6 billion. Cirrhosis, psoriasis, Crohn's disease, ulcers, $2 billion. Diabetes, $2.5 billion. Yo, they bringing in billion. This legal dope dealing. The crazy part about this is, bro, Medicaid only be covering like a small portion of it. Like for insulin, Medicaid only be covering a small portion of it. So watch this. Here's what Joe gonna say. Joe gonna say this. I put up a legislation to cancel debt, student loan debt. I brought up another legislation. I'm the only president that challenged the big pharmaceutical companies in America. While the Republicans do want to cut spending, we need to cut the drugs. We need to cut this. Why they won't cut spending? I'm telling you the argument next year. Yep, rheumatoid arthritis right here, $2.79 billion. This is going to be the argument next year. So you got to ask yourself, as somebody who voting, you got to ask yourself, is this a ploy to get him back in the office, or do you feel like he really going to attack these people relentlessly to get you back in? And I'm going to be real with you. That's a hell of a, I'm not saying what can't be done, it's America, but I'm telling you this, it's a vigilant, vigorous, painful fight.